Well, it looks like we're live for a Catching Up with KJ. This is a show I haven't done in a very long time. I started doing Catching Up with KJ when I was living in Costa Rica as a way to kind of, stay in touch. And also, I just wanted to break out of just doing the videos. I was started doing videos years before I ever did any of these live shows or, radio shows. I was on a online radio broadcast years ago, too. Some of you may remember that. Long time ago. It was back when I was doing a lot of work on the KJ Osborne YouTube channel, which is still around. Still around. I just actually forgot the password to that years ago, so I haven't even had access to it, to the KJ OZBRNE channel. But it's got some bangers on it. It's got some classics, I would say. But yeah, catching up with KJ, man. What are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna hang out and just talk because, well, we just had a bit of a boo boo, and that's okay. These things happen. But I wanted to do a show, one of my call-in shows, where we get to hang out and talk like that, get to hear people's stories and testimonies and theories and everything else. I love those shows. But where I'm at, I didn't have the equipment I needed. I haven't done one of these shows in quite a while. I forgot that I needed a headset to do that. I was thinking maybe we could both use the same microphone. Meanwhile, echo, 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 echo over on your end. And I just can't do that to you. It's torturous to me to think that something like that's happening, and the audience is like, ah, I was like, I got to get out of this. So we'll figure it out. We'll get it right. We'll do it again. But I didn't want to just end the night there. It's like, let's hang out. So perfect opportunity to do another catching up with KJ, where I just hang out with you guys in the chat, man, and just go through chat, see what you got to say, and tell me your ideas, your theories, your thoughts, what's on your mind these days. What are you praying for? Hi, Justin. Good to see you, man. Thanks, Kway. I'm doing well. Charles Toon 4. Hello from the UK, man. You're up late. Me too, Angel. Angel Caluminati. Good name. Hi, Hugo Ben. Joy, good to see y'all. Yeah, like I said, man, I'm just checking chat and, talk to me, man. What are y'all thinking about? What do you think about the Maui situation? Hey, Nick James. Good to see you, man. Tamara, back. Good to see you. Craig. Yeah, the Schumann resonance going nuts. That's true. Thanks, Angel. Good to see you, John Wayne. The Fitmen are gone. What's my thought on the UFO activity? I've put it in some videos. I believe, because I've been talking about it for years, and it's going to be the same thing. That the reason they're putting it out there right now is it's going to be they're playing a card game. They're trying to play. They're trying to get everything set up for their big hand, and the big hand is going to be the UFO drop, where you'll see them on TV. These beings, they're not aliens. They're demons, shapeshifters, fallen angels. Can't trust it. Mixed with some Project Bluebeam. And on my KJ's What Happened, every week I show people all kinds of UFO footage from all over the world. And it's consistent. It's always there, man. It's just been increasing. So I believe that's what it is. My honest feeling is that the church is going to leave. And that's going to be the excuse. And this isn't just an original thought. I'm not the only one that sees this and thinks it. But yeah, that's my belief, and it's really amazing how close it's all coming. Anna Gower, hi. What's up, Warrior Dawn? I'm slowing it down a little bit, the chat, just so I can kind of see everybody a little bit here. I'm still talking to SA58 Saved. But yeah, that's what I believe, man. It's all demonic, and then there's a little Project Bluebeam in there, and of course all the propaganda here on Earth. With our media, they're all on the same page, pushing the same narrative. Remember, it's the devil behind it all. That's what to remember. It's like we don't get mad at organizations or just little groups of people. It's like I get mad at the spirit behind all this that's really causing the chaos. It's the devil. He's about to take center stage on this earth in a big way. He knows he's got a short time. That's what I was feeling when I saw this Maui stuff for the first time. It's like, some of y'all know I lived out there actually for 2 years. I was in the Coast Guard, and I was at a little station out there for a couple of years. And we patrolled all around there and been to Lahaina many times, Front Street. That was the party town, really, the touristy party type town. They vaporized people, man. This is like, it's really, really, Satan's really pushing it, man. It's like they're really trying to, and the 15-minute cities are coming. We know that's a part of it. So it's definitely prayer time, for everybody. I'm no preacher or pastor, but I tell you, I've been even more into the Word, more reading, making sure it's a habit, reading the Bible, even on days you may not feel like it. Maybe you wanted to watch a cartoon or something instead, but just still feeding it into you and making sure it's in there. That's been my attitude because of because I know that the spiritual warfare is really strong now. I've had some of my own experiences I've talked about on some of the shows. I feel it increasing. I feel it, I don't want to say in me, but it's like I feel like I'm on pins and needles a lot of the time. And it's not fear. If you have the Lord, if you have Jesus and you have the Holy Spirit, we don't have a spirit of fear. He didn't give us a spirit of fear. We're warriors, conquerors. We have a spirit of power and joy and what's the other? I can't remember. So see, I'm not the best at quoting the Bible, but I promise you I'm reading it every day. I'm making sure just forever as long as it feels, it's like it doesn't have to be a time limit or anything. It's just, and I'm doing that just for myself because I know that the thing that's most painful about doing that more over the last year or so is just realizing how long ago I should have been doing it. It's like I was walking with the Lord and I would read a little bit here and there, but I wasn't really dedicated. And we all have our own relationship with our Father in heaven, and I know I have mine, and He would talk to me in different ways, even leading me, with 111 and things like this. So I always knew I was there, or He was there, and I always knew that we were walking together. But that's the thing. We can get into these comfort zones in our walk, and I've just been in a mode, especially last few months, just breaking these comfort zones and trying some new things. Just really just trying to, I don't know, reach closer to Him, get more of Him in my life, It's important now. It is. For everybody, it is. It's the spiritual warfare is nuts. Look at what's happening here on earth. Look at the madness. I've been detailing it and watching it for years, man. It's just at a fever pitch. So if you're listening now and you don't have Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior, please, 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 I beg you, I beg you to accept Him as your personal Lord and Savior. Follow the gospel. It's a simple process, but just mean it in your heart. And I'm telling you, because we're right at the doorstep of tribulation. It's what all the alien UFO stuff is. Y'all know I've been making videos about that for years. Since 2015, I was making videos on it. I made a video about Paul, about his conditioning us for this. They have a new movie out called Jules. Another one, conditioning, perfectly timed, right? Jules comes out. It's about a UFO crash landing in somebody's backyard somewhere in America. And the wacky hijinks that ensue. It's Jewel. That's how it is. They sell this stuff. It's goofy, silly, hey, and Jewel. It'll probably be a tearjerker. Something like that. Probably a sad ending or something. I don't know. But it's all conditioning. We're dealing with an incredibly intelligent and even more evil spirit that runs this joint. And him and his little demons throw stuff at you all the time. All the time. The scariest thing is people who walk, I don't even believe in demons. Nah, nope. Or people who don't even believe in the devil. It's like he's been made a mockery in this world. In some cases, like a sex symbol with Lucifer and things like this. I'm rambling though. Let me see. That was the first question. So I know I've missed a lot. Sorry. I just jumped down. Now I see Matthew Brown. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, buddy. Mina Irie says, I had a dream last night about the 3 days of darkness. I cried for hours. It felt so real. Whoa. You're not the only one. I love finding dreams and visions and things like that here on YouTube and just watching those. And I've seen definitely other people mentioning these dreams of the darkness, the 3 days of darkness. Tamika, hi. Yeah, I love it. Debbie C., man, we don't know. No one knows the day or the hour, but it's darn close. Like, okay, here's the stuff I see. Again, I always put this out there, but I have to be honest with just my own feelings and thoughts on stuff. And, if we have disagreements, it's okay, man. Remember, we don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I don't agree with tons of people on a lot of different things, but, I always agree with them on Jesus. That's the thing to keep in mind. So I'm not telling you what to believe when I tell you these things, but myself and many other people, I don't want to say no, but at least you could say no or believe or no, whatever, that Barack Obama is the Antichrist. He's the man of sin, soon to be revealed, and he's running the show behind Biden, of course, has been for a very long time. And I notice little things in media, like even gaslighting, and I think it's even, I wonder if it's actually from him sometimes, because Joe Biden put out a tweet about Hawaii, and part of it he was saying he's going to give the families $700 apiece. This is on the same day that they sent billions again to Ukraine. And then the second paragraph said, we are laser focused. I'm not joking. It said, we are laser focused on, committing ourselves to this thing in Maui or whatever it was, but laser focused. So some people just may look past that. But I mean, look, that's not a natural fire. There was melted metal. Okay. People were vaporized. I've got some videos I'll be showing on KG's what happened, but yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy stuff, man. So, yeah. It's wicked, though, isn't it? It's just so wicked, man. It's like just these evil little games these demonic entities are playing. We're laser focused on taking care of that. That's the way I see it, Because Joe Biden, whatever that thing is, the real Joe Biden hasn't been around for a long time. Hi, Ryan. Erica Gardens. Saul DePaul, what's up? You're welcome, Chick2112. Scrolling through. Oh, thanks, Anna. I appreciate it. I almost feel like I have to say he makes me. It's like I feel guilty if I didn't bring him up sometimes, and give him the credit. Yeah, the one standing house in Maui. Everything's set up there. They already had people calling him and offering to buy their land. All the shenanigans with them not turning on water. You had the police that kept people from leaving. So all those people in that line died in cars. What else? Oh yeah, then you have all the billionaires and Oprah and all them have their places up there. Of course, they weren't touched. Excuse me. I got some drone footage I'm showing on KJ's What Happened, and it's amazing. You'll actually kind of see the line of where the quote fire started, and it's crazy, man. I mean, you probably saw some of the video of the literal ring of fire that was created up there, just above Lahaina during the fires. You can see a ring of fire up there. I got some stuff in my video too. I got a new video coming up in a few days, and I got some things about all that in there. Nancy West. 1950 sci-fi movies always had aliens with lasers. Yep. Hi, Jesse. Good to see you, man. Allegedly burning down your town. Here's $700. I know, right? That's from the glory of Yah's creation. Wendy Moore. Yeah, hey, here's $700 for you. I mean, that's a car payment for a lot of people, It's not rent for most. I mean, it might be for some, but gosh. I mean, you could find places, but... Hi, Life More Abundantly. Gosh, I'm not sure. I've prayed about it, man. I don't know. I'm not feeling it yet, If I ever do. I came close to feeling it about a year ago. Was thinking about doing something, but I don't know, man. I go back and forth. He's asking if I ever plan on a real-life meetup. I go back and forth on it. That's one of those things I have to pray about, man. I'm an incredibly... Even Tamara would tell you, I'm a very private person. She even knows that about me. We've been buddies on here for a long time. But even in real life, like I don't even want to call it isolated. I seclude, and it's almost like I would rather wait till we all get to heaven to see everybody, to like not be in this condition anymore. I don't like being in this condition that we're all in. I know, see, you got me rambling now, but I know that may seem kind of weird, but that's just kind of the way I see it right now. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I change my mind, though. I'm always up there in the clouds, though. Trust me, I'm always thinking. Always thinking, but you try to be thinking about good stuff or projects. That's what I try to do. Think of positive things, and then I work projects. And because I've mentioned this before, I've been blessed with kind of a coldness towards all of this information that I share every week. I share so much stuff, but I sleep like a baby. I don't worry about this stuff. I'm not scared. I'm not disturbed by any of this stuff. I feel a compulsion to always find it and share it. It's important to see everything happening, to really understand, especially when you try to watch the nightly news. Go sometime when you get a chance, sit around and watch your nightly news, your national news, whatever country you're in, and see how much information you're fed. Really, consider that. It's like garbage. Hi, David Merritt. Good to see you, man. All right. So I'm kind of just scrolling through here. I may find your comments. You're $700. That'll do ya. Hi, Crypto Dummies. You're welcome. Thank you, man. I love making my videos. I'm so grateful that y'all like them, and you can see things I see in there. Camille Graham, did you ever get back to Costa Rica? No, I can never go back there. I can never go back there. I had to leave quickly from there because they were trying to railroad me with the hospital bill, and it got pretty ugly. Like, they pulled some money. They took my bank card the first night I went in, and I was like all broken up. Clavicle, scapula, I was broken. And that hurts. Your clavicle, ouch. So I was just in a daze. My neighbor took me to the hospital. Anyway, the night after surgery, was it the night of? No, it was the night after surgery. I'm laying up. I've got all these tubes and all this stuff in me. I'm wrapped up, and about 10:30 at night, a guy comes in with a suit and a tie and lays all this paperwork and starts explaining things to me. And I was pretty good with Spanish at that time. I was getting better. But basically what he's saying is that I owed them $30,000, like flat. Flat. All included, I guess. $30,000. And I said, I can pay you, sure. And I asked him in the paperwork, what I'm signing. I was like, well, is there something here where I can just pay you like by the month? You can take it out of the bank or something or whatever. And they were like, no. Or he's like, no. He said, you have until March 1st. And this was around Christmas time. You have until March 1st to come up with $30,000 or we turn this over to the authorities. No joke. So I said, no, I'm not going to pay you. I'm not going to pay you anything. And he was asking for more money that night. It's like some money as a whatever. And I found out later they pulled like over $2,000 on my bank account the first night I went in. I still don't know what for. So I was like, no, man, I'm not going to pay you. I'm not going to do that. I'll pay once a month, and then that's whatever, and that's it. So he goes, okay, and he left. Within about 20 minutes, two ladies came in and started unplugging me from everything and had my clothes and just what I came in with and gave them to me and told me to leave the hospital. So I'm on all kinds of drugs at that point, and I mean, I'm seriously tripping, like not in a bad way. I'm just kind of, in another realm. The lights were all just blurred out and beautiful and pink and white and blue. It was crazy. But I was just kind of stumbling through the hospital trying to find my way to the elevator to get out. When I finally got down to the bottom of the elevator, there's two people in suits down there, a man and a woman, had more paperwork for me to sign. Didn't even know what the heck I was doing at that point. Just signed it. And they told me the same thing. You owe us $30,000 or you sitting around. Can you all hear me now? Everybody? Can you hear me? Okay, you got me? Okay, good. All right, thanks, Tamara. Okay, see ya. Are you guys able to hear me right now? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me okay? Lots of background noise. Static. Huh. Okay, hold on. See if that's any better. A little bit of static. Darn, man, there's not really much going on in the background. I know, right? Everyone's complaining. I'm just kidding. Hey, look, here's what happened. My computer, by the way, just turned off by itself. I'm not even kidding. Tamara had to call me. But my computer just turned off by itself. It's got a full battery over here. I walked over to the outlet. It's plugged in. And then my cord was still into my computer. I'm not even kidding. So this computer just turned off by itself and shut everything down. Or so I thought. But, okay. Is it better? Is it clear now? Now I sound very clear? Okay, good. All right. I think we're back. We're back. I'm not even joking, man. But look, some of y'all that have been around for a while know these kind of things happen with me, especially during live shows sometimes. Anyway, man, I'm glad we're black. I'm glad we're black. How's that? Someone's going to clip that. See what KJ said? I'm glad we're black. I'm glad we're back. I can't even remember which story I was telling or what I was in the middle of at the time because this hit me pretty quick. So anyway, we're back at it, man. We're just going to keep rolling. We got like 600 of y'all. Yeah, Men in Black got my computer. Shoot, I don't know, man. I'd say gremlins, little demons. Prince of the Air is the same as his little children, his little demons. That's all they do is float around, causing problems in your life. Oh, 30,000. Okay, thanks. Reminded me. So, okay, 30,000. So that was it. So I went outside the hospital. I called my parents. I told my dad what had happened. And he said, you need to get home quick. I was like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. So next day, there it was. I was gone and came back here and stayed with my folks for, oh gosh, probably 8 or 9 months while I was recuperating over there, and then left there, got my place, and all grown up. The whole time I was still making videos. Still, I don't know if I was still doing if I was doing shows. Yeah, I was still doing shows back then. Catching up with KJ. Good times. So there you go, man. Yeah, I mean I don't talk about it a lot. I try not to. It's it's a little bit of, had to do something a little wild there. See what I'm saying? You're talking to a wanted human here. So that's what happened, man. I never even tried to go back. I mean, a few years ago was thinking about maybe moving to Peru and giving that a shot, Know what I mean? But I decided against it. Fred Deo, what's up? Yes, demons are disembodied Nephilim. Hey, Combat Vet, good to see you, man. So how are you now since the surgery? Oh, from Saved by King Jesus. Hey, man, I'm good. I mean, I was never 100% after. I mean, you can tell I've got a huge scar on my back and even on the front, my clavicle. But I don't complain, I mean, it's even then, it's like it kind of drew me closer to, to the Lord, because I had to lean on him a lot. And that's when he finds us, is when we need him the most, right? It's like when you're really hurting the most or you're at your worst spot. And it seems like those are the ones he really comes and gets you. He knows. So it was good. In that respect, it was a good growing process like that. And I've got a scar. It's kind of cool. I like scars, but it still still hurts a little bit sometimes, and just depending on whatever situation I'm in, or stretching or something, it can still. But it's little stuff. But I'm good. I don't complain. I never even think about it anymore. But thanks for asking. Thanks, John Daughtry. Hey, Brittany. Thanks. Oh yeah, Simon. Yeah, I've definitely had some crazy ones. Um, yeah, I don't know if I feel like talking about that one, but because I did tell about one, but it was over on it was a while back, and it's a long story. I just don't. I don't know. I guess it depends on the situation. Some people might want to tell these things all the time, but I also don't like drawing attention, into my life with it. I mean, I pray out loud every night before I go to bed, for protection against demons as we sleep, and as I say we, me and Chubbs, as I sleep, and because I feel that, man. I know it's real, and oh well, that's one of them. I was getting these. Oh yeah, here's one I can tell you about. So this one started. Someone asked if I've been attacked by demons or had demonic attacks, and we're attacked all the time, but it's hard to tell. Plus a lot of people don't give the credit to the demon, so there's that too. But sometimes it gets pretty obvious, and this one was pretty obvious. So for a few months, I was having this issue where I was waking up like 2, 3 in the morning, and I was having trouble breathing. I mean, it would freak me out. Like I would jump up out of bed and just be walking around and pacing and and breathing in as much air as I could and almost panicking, And this went on for maybe 3 months or so, because it would jump around. I didn't realize it was really becoming a thing. It would be like one here, and then maybe 10 days later another one, and then 2 weeks later, and so it was kind of building up. And then I'm trying to think of what the word is. Let me see here. There's a word I'm searching for. I got to tell you what happened. I'll just tell you this. So anyway, it had been happening, and then one night I woke up out of it again, and it was just like heavy pressure on my chest. Of course, and at the time I wasn't drawing that conclusion about the little demons sitting on your chest at night. We've seen those pictures and those images, but we know that's real. It was just describing real things. So one night I got that. I jumped up out of bed and I saw a phrase in my head, a sentence, and it kept coming in at my head almost like someone's shooting it into my brain over and over, like, and it was, so I'm trying to think of the first word. It was, let me think. Like, what is it? What's the word when you believe something that's just not true? I mean, does that make any sense? You believe something that's, I don't know, what is it? Like delusional. Maybe I'll just use that word. It wasn't delusional, but the phrase was like this: delusional fear of breathing, or delusional fear of breath. Because the ing came in maybe half an hour later, and I kept thinking about it. I was like, was it breath or breathing? But it was just basically, delusional fear of breath. Oh, here it is. Irrational. That's it. It was irrational fear of breath or breathing. Irrational fear of breath. Rational fear of breathing. And it just kept coming in. And I mean, I'm in the dark in my bedroom trying to get air, breathing heavy. And that phrase is just slamming me in my head over and over and over. And then I walked out of the room, turned something on and just kind of gathered together there. But so there's an example of an attack, and that's another one of the reasons why I've been making sure I read the word every day, even if it's just some. It doesn't have to be a whole ton, but I'm reading some every day, even listening to sermons, and it's giving me peace. But it's also, it fills you. You need to know God's word. It fills us. And I was never the greatest at that. For so long. So that's one of the reasons why. No, it's not paranoia, I don't think. But that's one of the reasons why I'm just drawing closer to him definitely in these days. Plus, I'm someone who's been watching the end of days come for a long time. I was talking about it before it was popular, a long, long time ago. So I know very clearly what time it is, where we're at, who the players are, and what sides there are. And I want to be on the winning side, and I want to be on the Lord's side. I want to be on the side of Jesus, on our Heavenly Father, of course, and I'm on his side. Even though sometimes we talk ourselves out of it, thinking we feel like we don't belong, or especially when you sin, you know what I mean? Like you do something and then you grieve the Spirit, and then next thing you know, you're not lost, but you feel like you are, and that can go on for days sometimes if you just, depending on how sensitive, I guess, you are to these things. Anyway, I'm rambling. What's up, Swagger? Hi, Turquoise Peacock. Saved by King Jesus. What's up, Nick? Oh, hey, thank you, Brittany Kinsel. Thank you. Kristen Sneed says, that's how I got saved January 14th, 2022. Good job. Was with a narcissist warlock demon, and he was using demons to scare me, so I turned to Jesus. Praise God. I read Psalm 91 and believed with all my being. I love it. Thanks for sharing. Here, I'm going to throw on a new background. How's that? Let's do or this is pretty cool. Yeah, tornado. Scrolling around. Talk about whatever you like. Any things you want to bring up, any subjects. Yeah, I like Chuck Missler too. Oh, you just came from Salty's restream? Oh boy, this is probably a lot more chill. Hi, Brianna. She says, can you believe how fast things are speeding up? I can. Yeah, I can, my friend. I've talked about it, at least for me off and on, just like a couple of years. No major statements, but I'm not the only one. There's a lot of us have felt it, but I really think that that's what it is. Satan's time is short. It's like we feel that, it's like we feel it. It's reflected. And especially with this whole Maui thing that happened, I mean, they're really cranking up, man. They're pushing forward on the agenda. And look what they're doing with the food production centers. It's like, over 200 in America now, mysteriously burned down. A couple of them got hit by airplanes. Okay, sure. What about all the the trains and all the tracks? And that's messing with transportation. See, everything is going to be moving people in this country and everywhere around the world into 15-minute cities. So that's what all this is meant to do. They're messing with transportation. Also unleashing deadly chemicals, as we know. Then you've got this Canadian wildfire, silly stuff that happened with all of a sudden New York City looks like the apocalypse. People are smelling chemicals in the air. You kind of get the picture, like these demonic, these Luciferians, these people are making their move. So that's why I know and I feel that we're at the doorstep of tribulation, and I know a lot of other people see it too, so there'll be some triggering event. And I believe most likely New York City is involved in that, and that'll be because Jonathan Kleck showed us long ago on the money that New York City is going to get hit by a nuclear bomb and a tsunami wave, and then boom. That's also on St. John's Pillars, and also many people have had dreams and visions about this happening. So that's what I believe is going to happen. That'll most likely be that triggering event. Hoover Dam is also on the money to be destroyed, and there's all kinds of Freemason Illuminati symbolism on that dam. So it's be like a birthing type ritual, if you see what I mean. Then what? Well, I believe Jesus rescues his bride. Then the Antichrist comes up with some solutions. The UFOs are going to come into play somehow, somewhere in this. Obama. The world will love him. I mean, if we're gone, people are like, no way, man, we see through Obama. He's a piece of crap. It's like, well, yeah, but it's, you have the Holy Spirit. You can see him for what he is. But what happens when the restrainer leaves? What does that mean to you when you read that in the Bible? When the restrainer leaves. When the restrainer leaves, all hell breaks loose. That's what happens. And then Satan in the flesh starts running the show. And killing as many as possible. Enslaving as many as possible. and he thinks he's going to go to war against Jesus. We're living in crazy times. Crazy awesome. I think it's kind of cool to be alive during these days, man. What else would I have done this last 16 or 17 years? It's been my obsession, and I love trying to understand what's going on and also exposing things as we find them, bringing light to them, if you will. Oh boy. But that's how I'm feeling, Brianna. Thanks for asking. Let's see. Dan Acuff. I've never heard God's voice in my head. I can tell you that. I would say maybe stomach if I had to choose between voice or head, or head or stomach. Never heard an audible voice. But you get senses from the Holy Spirit about things. It may not be an audible voice, but it's like you may kind of see a faded phrase in the back of your mind or something quickly, when you're asking yourself a question. I don't know. You learn. And we should pray about that too. And I do too. It's like, Lord, please let me know the difference between me and you when I'm talking to you, right? Because when I'm praying, I want to make sure I'm not just talking to myself, right? Answering myself, because we can do that sometimes. I really want to make sure I'm talking to the Lord and I'm hearing from him. Hopefully that'll help, But my thing is, I guess the way I see it is, some of you probably may relate to this, but I can sometimes I can cry really easily, and I know it's the Holy Spirit. For a long time I thought, oh, maybe it's just because I'm an INFP and I'm a sensitive, personality type. But it's like then, as time's gone on, I've realized it's what it is, and it comes out at different times, especially if I'm talking. I don't know, man. Anyway, that's one way that it's revealed through me. It's really powerful when it happens, and it can happen a lot. Like, I have to just kind of almost be careful, if I start worshiping in my mind or something, or I don't know, man. I'm sure some of y'all can relate. That maybe you guys probably get moved to tears pretty easy sometimes. It's the Holy Spirit. It's not because you're cracking up, Cool, Matthew. What's up? Roll the losing dice, he says. Soulfully sowing seeds. Nice to see you. Thanks. You're an INFP or an INFJ? Jay, yeah. Yep. Nice. Thanks, glory of Yah's creation. That makes sense. Mike Cassidy says, do you know the person who has the Florida Marcus channel? Your voice reminds me of that channel. No, I don't. I'm sorry, man. I've never heard of them, actually, until now. Sorry, my friend. Florida Marquise. Don't know him. I'll have to go check it out now. And if you're just joining too, I just kind of scroll through and, throw out any questions or any comments or things you've noticed in the news, maybe interesting things you want to share, whatever, and I'll try to find it and just chat with you about it. KJ, are you still using cannabis? Yes, I actually do. I still use cannabis. I know that's a big, to some people a big no-no. But that's been, I've used that for probably 20 years, only in the evening. It's been great. It's been great for me, it's always just helped to slow down my head. We all have our different reasons for it. And I don't know. I haven't had any conviction on that with the way I use it, at least. There have been times probably early on where I was abusing it and then I'd feel bad about it and stop doing it like that. But I never wake up and do it, or I don't go through my whole day doing it. It's like in the evening, early evening. I go to bed pretty early. Thanks, Saved by King Jesus. Appreciate it. A-Rod, can you talk about the laser that hit Maui? Yeah, I know. Well, we talked about it a little bit earlier, man. Just, it goes to show you how Satan's really making his move, man. This Agenda 2030 is kicking in pretty quick. And there we go with, we don't know the day, but we'll definitely know the season. I know we're in it. And Agenda 2030 is something they're really pushing for, and we're in we're in Agenda 2023. We really are. It's all part of their plan. Event 201. So we're in 2023, 7 years from now. I guess they expect to have. I believe they think they're going to have war with Jesus. We'll see. How timing of all this goes, but the event could be any time. The triggering event, if you will, it could be any time. But then we don't know, God's timing. Maybe it's a year from now. I just kind of watch how quickly things are going and feel it from there. I feel stuff first, and then I start reasoning it out later. But I like to feel stuff, everything, kind of how I process. Some of you out there do it too. So we'll see. But yeah, they vaporized people, man. I mean, I've got some videos I'm going to show you guys on KJ's What Happened of like people vaporized animals. It's just still, you can still tell it's an animal, but it's just black ash, things like that. It's completely wicked, straight from the devil. Sending them $700 a pop is a slap in the face. Even last Saturday, when I first talked about it, the first thought was, there's going to be bringing in a 15-minute city here. And of course, now we see, as this week has progressed, that's exactly what the plan is. They're going to put a 15-minute. They want all of Maui to be like, electric, of course. But that's part of that final beast system. It'll be the Internet of Bodies, or the IoT, the Internet of Things. Everybody will be connected, and you'll be slaves, and it'll be hell, because after that, there really is hell for them, and do not take it. Do not take that final bit, final piece. Mark of the beast. Freebird77, I'd like to thank you, KJ. You helped me save my marriage. No way, man. And help my family to finally see that I hadn't lost my mind. Man, thank you. Hey, man, praise our Heavenly Father, of course. And then just thank you so much, man, for sharing. I appreciate that. It's amazing, man. That's great. That's great. I'm especially happy the marriage family stayed together. That's huge. So hard to find just in these last several generations, 3 generations or so, 4 generations. Hard to find good mates out there for people, isn't it? Oh yeah, Gina MH says, but they sent the children home from school early to be alone in their homes. They're all missing. Exactly. That's the other thing. Oh, they're all missing. We don't know where they are. They're vaporized, man. I mean, vaporized. And the horror of that is that all these kids were at home, most of them probably alone because their parents had to work. And then as the beam or whatever it is goes over their house, like you watch their house disintegrate, basically, and then they disintegrate. I'm sure the Lord was with these kids and stuff, and I've even wondered about that before too. Like, what if a 5-year-old gets too close to the side of a cliff, which shouldn't happen anyway, but let's just, for the sake of the story, say this happens, and the 5-year-old falls off the cliff, and it's like 300 feet down. We know the child is going to die. Well, it doesn't have to be a baby. Let's just say it's a person, all right? First I thought I needed a baby. I don't need a baby for this one. That makes it too grim. All right, it's a person. Falls off a cliff, right? And, they have Jesus. They have the Holy Spirit. They're with the Lord. And they're falling. Do they have to suffer? Or what if they fall off of the Empire State Building, It's an accident. Do they have to suffer like that whole fall down? Or will he just like take their soul? Because he can, and why not? So I don't know. I like to think in some of these situations when people say, oh, they must have died a horrific death, if maybe just before something happened, the Lord just took the people, Kristen Sneed. Someone says, Kristen Sneed. You're just saying, same here. Have you happened across any information or thoughts about Signal? Supposed to be a secure. No, man, I haven't got into that. I don't really know much about it. Sorry. I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it. Might be a good idea to look into some of that. But I'd also be careful that it's not set up by, the enemy. Because there's so much of that stuff going on right now, too. It's like hard to tell who's real and true on the TV, or in politics, or just, they give you heroes. They give us heroes. You have this new guy with the song Up North from something, from Richmond, north of Richmond. And I heard the song is beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful voice, and you can really, I definitely feel, I could feel the emotion there in the voice. It's beautiful, man. It even brought me to tears, to be honest. But then, then I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying he's the bad man, but, people like that can come in and, I don't know, it's either the Lord's promoting them, or it'll be the enemy promoting them. I'm just using this guy as an example, whatever his name is. Beautiful voice he has. But, people like that come around, and then we, is it the Lord that's going to use them? We'll see, or is it going to be the enemy? But they'll still be seeming like, the Lord's using them. I'm rambling, but you know what I'm saying. Scrolling on down. Hey, Nelson, good to see you, man. Missed you too, buddy. Old school friend. You should follow over to Rumble, man. Unfortunately, I've had to make that move for the most part. It's just a little bit too hostile over here sometimes. And even on my KGs of What Happened, I totally had to leave that channel, that YouTube channel, to go to Rumble. So any of y'all that are missing the show, I hope you can come check it out. I do everything on Rumble now, and my uncensored show is every Monday on Rumble at 2 p.m. Central Standard. So hope you can come check those out, man, because it's just not safe. I think you guys know how YouTube is. But always a pleasure seeing my friends from here, Nelson. Good to see you. Vicky D, how you doing? Scrolling on down. Again, sorry if I miss comments or messages or anything. It's just hard to keep up. And then I'll even throw this out too. Hi, lady 2120. Kristen, how you doing, Kristen? Living in America? No way. Are you serious? I didn't know you were there. That's great. Gosh, who knows, man? I love going there and floating the Illinois. I just went a few weeks back. Of course, I'm actually up here right now. That's why I didn't have the equipment I thought I needed for the other show. Don't know if I'm ready to meet up with anyone yet, but man, I'll think about it. I always have to pray about these things, but I love it up here. I guess you probably know about the Cajun little restaurant you have downtown there by Walmart. I love that place. Just throwing that out there, that's all. But yeah, maybe sometime, man. We'll see. It's no offense to you or anybody else. I'm like literally just a very private kind of dude in this world. Like, my attitude is when we all see each other in heaven, and then it's going to be a party. Then we can hang out. You got eternity to go do stuff. We'll get into adventures together. It'll be fun, man. Go explore new worlds. It's going to be amazing. Until then, I'm just kind of work mode and fight mode and protect mode, I bet a lot of y'all are feeling that way too, probably, in your lives. Probably just sticking around with your family a little more, or maybe more to yourself. You don't have a family. Yeah, Visionary Vet. Yeah, it's really a great state. The people are fantastic. And Tahlequah's amazing. It doesn't feel like the rest of Oklahoma. It just feels like it's got beautiful scenery. Great lake, too. Really great lake. Hey, you're welcome, Tree Barking Dog. I'm glad, man. Always nice to meet someone of like mind. Yeah, your family's in Huntington Beach. Oh. California just in general, It's rough. Oh, yeah, Jennifer Francis. Good to see you, my friend. Another one, see? Another old school friend here from YouTube. Hi, No Time Mommy. No Time Mommy. I love it. Just scrolling on down. Trying to think of... what I've been watching for, man, here is... Okay, let's talk about this then. So, the so-called election. Me and you already know that this whole thing is a farce. It's a big show, right? A lot of the footage you see on TV of Bo Biden signing something, an official document, was filmed at Tyler Perry Studios, and it's in Atlanta, I think, Georgia, right? They got a replica White House there. So, and just the fact it's hard, this whoever this character is, he looks different, from one day to the next, acts different, different masks some days. Some days it actually looks like it might be a person who just doesn't look like the original Joe Biden. He looks like an old white guy with white hair. So it's a show. Some of us see through it. You guys do. You got the Holy Spirit. You see through all this. You already know, Well, that's what I'm waiting on, is to see what's going to happen with this election. How are they going to do this? So I'm kind of waiting to see, because I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe that the triggering event is going to happen soon. This is why I say that, because I believe that'll be maybe that'll be the way they bring Obama in and take him out. Maybe it'll be a series of boom booms, one in New York, one Hoover Dam, also one at Old Washington, D.C. You see what I'm saying? Because we know they're no longer actually doing anything there. I've shown clips on KJ's What Happened over the last few months, people out there filming outside of D.C. and showing there's nothing happening at the White House. There's no cars, there's no people, there's nothing going on out there, okay? So I've thought for quite a while that might be another part of the show, because we've seen movies about that, with that program. Just that visual of seeing the White House, just shattering, right? It's like... So that could be, maybe that's part of the setup too. Maybe. We'll see. The fact that they're getting so brazen and bold like they did in Maui, that's just keep your peepers pilled, your peepers pilled. Definitely be praying about these things, and just for wisdom and awareness. And I'm not a preacher or pastor. I don't tell you what to do, but I myself have been getting more into reading my Bible every day, making sure you're taking some in, and that's feeding you. Is what it is. I'm just feeding yourself with the Word in these days, Watching pastors, mainly Charles Stanley. I've been watching a lot of Charles Stanley. It's been great. It's really, really good. But that's it. We do whatever we got to do these days, but the spiritual warfare is thick. We're in really exciting, crazy times, and it's right there, man. You already see everything they're doing. You see what they're doing with the money. You see what they're doing with like these Amazon One stores and all this, and Whole Foods just switched to fully digital in some places. I mean, it's happening right before our eyes, man. And we've known. We were talking about this stuff, remember, years ago, before it was fashionable. And here it is. Even the robo-dogs walking through your neighborhood. Well, those clips are out there, especially in New York City, releasing robo-dogs. And people are playing with them and talking to them. They're so sweet and adorable for now. I'm just still scrolling through, guys, just seeing what you're saying. If I see any questions or comments, or just bits you're trying to share, I'll let you know. I'll let you know I see you. We'll talk. Hoover Dam has a statue of two angels. Yep, they're setting up that to go down. You bet they are. Yeah, there's a lot at Hoover Dam. I did a video years ago on it, a couple of them. Myself, other people have covered it. There's a lot going on there. They have a Baphomet on the statue as well. Oh, cool, living in America. No way. So you already know? Cool. All right. Good to know. All right. I'll try to keep that in mind, man. Nice to know. It's cool that you know the area. I just really love this city. I really do. It's just great. Just, like I said, it doesn't feel like any other place really out in Oklahoma, to me at least. And I've even heard some rumors of Sasquatch in these here hills I'm in. So who knows? Chua has gone digital, somebody says. That was from Vicky D. Walter Veith, someone said. Huh, okay. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I know. That's how it is with all of them. Honestly, it's why I usually don't mention pastors I listen to. I've even had people ask me, hey, KJ, who should I listen to? Because I know that regardless of who I say, there's always going to be people that don't like it or have like something like a bad experience with them or not getting on you. But that's, there's others I listen to, but man, I wouldn't even. Again, but I use, just like everybody, I use my discernment. I take what I need from some and then get some more from others, and we do it like that. Know what I mean? But thank you though for letting me know. Saul to Paul, good to see you always, my friend. All right, I'm going to scroll it back a little bit. Maybe I'll stumble on a question I missed earlier or comment, and I will see. Check out the recently finished tribal mound in OKC. It looks like they built infrastructure under it. The strange thing is very few tribes built mounds. Giants did this. Yeah, well, look at the OKC Boom Boom Memorial down there with the black cube of Saturn in front of the reflecting pool. Right? Summoning him up, if you know what I mean. It even has a keyhole in it. Key to the abyss. What does that have to do with the OK Boom Boom? Nothing. Well, it does, right? But that gets deep. Still scrolling on through here. Psalm Courier says, I cringe at people watching Trump. Look, I love my Trump crowd. I don't hate the guy, but their guard is gone when he talks. No critical thought, none. Just open mouth except talking points. That's, yeah, true. Do I actually went to, I drove out to Tulsa when he came out here to Oklahoma, and I went and watched him out there in Tulsa. And it was interesting. I definitely wasn't under his spell or anything like that, but he's very charismatic. I could see why people like him. Some of the people he brought I thought were cringe that got on stage, like this lady, Kristen Guilfoyle. Is that her name? Kristen Guilfoyle? I guess she's dating one of these sons, one of Trump's sons, and she used to be on Fox News. But she just had kind of a cringy segment, and there was some kind of cheesy stuff, but that's going to happen. But Trump was he was interesting. He was going after all the reporters because they were sectioned off in their own area. So he kept pointing at them and getting the crowd to turn around and look at him and just say bad stuff about him. And yeah, I mean, he definitely knew how to get the crowd going. He knew the right things to say. It was interesting. The whole thing was very interesting. Still scrolling on down. Channel 1 seems to be being naughty. Oh, okay. I guess not. Sorry, I didn't realize. That's your show. Sorry, Tamara. My bad. Oh, no way. Is Twit here? I just saw someone say hi to Twit. Twitwit. SFX are awesome from Android. Okay, I'm way back. Sorry. I need to catch up with you guys here. Hey, J-Dub. How you doing? Good to see you. Yes, I agree. Oh, yeah, it's going to get really weird here on Earth. It's going to get real weird. I mean, the pit's going to open, man. Monsters are going to come out. Then we're going to have whatever form these beings are going to be. You'll see them on the TV. I've shown you some predictive programming where Obama's walking with tall whites. Tall white. We've been here with you all along. You're here working with your leaders. We'll see. But it's coming. They're not putting it out there for no reason. They could have blown this up a long time ago with UFOs, but no. It's like now's the time. That's why Jules is coming out, the movie. The cute little alien. Oh my gosh, adorable. It's probably bisexual, right? It's probably his pronouns. So it's gonna be really cool. But just more programming, man. That's what it is. Getting us ready. Look how cute Jules is. Oh my gosh. Hey, look, mommy on TV. It looks like Jules. Wow. Just saying. Let's see what we got here. What's up, Crazy K16? Nice to see you there, pal. All right, still scrolling through. Oh yeah, Jacob Walbert says, have you seen the golden owl on top of the TBS building in... Oh, not in Atlanta. No, I haven't seen that. I was thinking of the owl building in Austin, Texas. I think ATL is Atlanta, right? TBS building. No, but I don't have to look it up. Thanks for telling me about it. Visionary Vet says, why does Trump Tower perfectly align with Wardenclyffe Tower? Lady Chrome says, Gravity Falls shows all the things we talk about in the pit opening. Yep. I did Gravity Falls videos on that long ago. In fact, I don't know if it's still on the channel. It should be here on the channel. I think it's titled Little Kid Exposes Illuminati. I think that was the one. That might be the one. But it was a friend of mine's son, who is, I think he's around 10 years old at the time. And he was just kind of, really catching on to this stuff and getting excited about it, pointing things out. I think that's that one. But Gravity Falls it's definitely putting the truth out there. Truth in plain sight. It's what they do. But it's a cartoon, right? So it's harmless. You try to tell people about it that don't know anything about the Illuminati and all this. But like, wait, dude, that sounds like that cartoon Gravity Falls. Dude, you got to stop watching so much TV. You see, that's one level of the programming. Have you seen Oppenheimer yet? No, I want to. I feel it's going to be boring, though. I feel like I'm just going to be watching for symbols and symbolism in there. I bet there's probably tons. And just in the story alone. Because do you think it's interesting that they put out this movie about the man that created the atomic bomb right when we're basically waiting on that very thing to happen, and we see it in the news every day? Them just casually talking about nuclear war, World War III. Right on time. Right on time with the programming. It's not an accident. And then you also have the rise of the mother goddess, if you will, spirit. And then you have Barbie. There was even a article I saw where tons of girls are leaving their boyfriends after watching Barbie. It's like, well, that's part of the programming. They want you to be a girl boss. A cog in the machine. Go make a bunch of money, girl. Get rich. Don't get married, don't have any kids. Get used up by these corporations. And then you got these generations of just sad, depressed ladies in their middle age and older, alone, with cats. Now, I think that sounds wonderful, but it's not for everybody. I'm just saying. Yeah, Nefarious was good, really good. Margot Robbie is a guy, somebody says. Girl boss, that's right. Instead of making families, you go earn that dollar, girl. And then apparently, the men are all just tools and useless side characters, and I guess Ken is the bad guy. I do, Kristen. Gosh, maybe I'll have to come up with a meetup in Oklahoma, maybe, right? If we do a meetup, maybe that's how I'd do it. I would just do a meetup in Oklahoma, but see, I don't know, if I post that, how many people are going to show up? If I put that on my YouTube channel, hey, meetup in Oklahoma this day at this park or something, I would honestly kind of expect hopefully not many people, just a few of y'all from Oklahoma, but then who knows? What if it gets bad? What if it gets crazy? What if a lot of people showed up? But see, if I wanted people to show up, what if we wanted to, again, that goes back to a meetup thing. And I don't even know, sometimes I feel like we don't have time. I'll pray about it, man. That's how I have to go for some of this. You'll protect me? All right, thanks. Still scrolling. Good to see you guys. Thanks again for being here. This is a catching up with KJ. We're just going to hang out and chat. That's what we do. Hang out and talk. Yeah, you're right. The Lord will protect us. I know. cool. There's a lot of us Okies here. Good to see. We'll see, man. I'll pray about it for real. Yeah, Tulsa's not even far away. What did Bright said? I think it sounds nice alone without people. This is from Bright White Starlight. I think it sounds nice alone without people, but that's just me, of course. And of course, it would be a guinea pig or a hamster, hey, with me, or a rat, because I love animals and nature. People aren't so nice. Yeah, here's a fun story. So you've heard of the TV show Big Brother. I worked on Big Brother years ago, and I worked on there for a few seasons. And one of the seasons I was on there, we had 2 guinea pigs in the house, and they were actually part of the show. Like the contestants were feeding them throughout the few months they were in there and everything, so they became kind of a part of the show. And then when the show ended, they crowned a winner, and then it was our job. We had a lot of jobs there. Part of it is going in and helping clean up everything after. We went in and nobody knew what to do with the guinea pigs. So I was just like, and I'd been the one who would kind of feed them when the contestants were outside, because there's times we would lock them outside so we could do stuff in the house, hide things in the house, or whatever we had to do. So I'd go in there sometimes and I'd be the one that would feed the little guinea pigs. So I wound up keeping them. I took them home. One was named Pancake and the other was Lucy. Now this is years ago. Knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have named her Lucy, but for some reason I named her Lucy. This is, again, years ago. This is just before I made the scariest movie ever made, the first one, just before I really kind of started waking up and becoming aware of things like that. So Lucy and Pancake were my guinea pigs, and I loved them to death. They were wonderful. I eventually had to move somewhere else, and where I was going, I couldn't have them, so I put them out on a list or whatever. Like there was I can't remember what it was, but you could put your pets up there and people would come and take them or something. It was Los Angeles. A family came and took them, so I gave them everything I had for the guinea pigs, but they were great. They loved sitting in the sun, so I'd have them on a little cushion in the living room where the sun would hit perfect just under the curtains. Just under the curtains, it made a perfect little pattern on their little pad they would sit on, and I would just toss a couple carrots down there every now and then to let them chew on those, and then their poop, comes out like a little dot, and it's kind of hard, so which is convenient. So this had little catcher things, this pad around the side, so they could poop. There was a slight edge, and it would just catch the poop, and they could just sit there for hours under the sun, in the safety of the house, eating carrots and catching rays. Guinea pigs, super sweet. Yep. Then there's Rascal. That was a sad one. I had to leave him behind. But the people we had a cleaning lady on our property. I lived on a property there with a few other houses. It was a gated area. And she took Rascal in, thankfully. That's another one. Like I said, I had a couple days. It's like, I got to get out of here, man. So I bounced. I'm an outlaw. Watch out. Gina MH. I had teddy bear hamsters for years. One I named Papillion. How do you say that? Is it Papillion? Because he would escape. That was a great movie, yeah. Every night and come back every morning. The Dustin Hoffman movie was really good of him, but how was the remake? I heard the remake was pretty good too. Keep Steady says I had 2 pet mice as a child. Nice. Still scrolling through. Thanks, Kristen. Appreciate it. Yeah, it probably is. OKC is huge. Oklahoma City is, as far as space, yeah, it's really big. It's a really big city. Well, guys, anything else on your mind? Because I may go ahead and call it a night here on this, unless there's anything you guys want to bring up or throw out there. I'll just be patient. Something will come up. Actually, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to chill and be patient. Look, we got like 800 people here. So we're going to hang out. So, yeah, just keep chatting how you want to chat. Bring up what you want to bring up. Maybe there's some new news going on today that I haven't heard about. just keeping our eyes on the rest of the Hawaiian Islands also. Because in the beast system, like the final beast system, as far as, it's going to be like a prison. I'm sure they don't want people racing off to paradise in Hawaii. So they've got a plan for Hawaii too. And I'm sure there's a plan for all of the islands, for them all to be electric, part of the 2030 agenda. Oh yeah, Lisette, I still do those all the time. I just don't do them here on YouTube all the time. The best thing to do is follow me really over on Rumble under KJOZBORNE on that channel, because I do everything there. And I do videos all the time still, and that's what I do is, the symbolism type stuff and movies and whatever. Even in this new one, I've got some things to show you guys. So, yeah, I've been doing a lot of videos. Go check them out. And then I'll try sometimes, I'll try to upload over here to YouTube, and I can get away with it. But then one of them, just recently, my last one I tried to upload here, got taken down in like 45 minutes or something. And it was called X Marks the Final Beast System, if you didn't get a chance to see that. But that was all about X symbolism, symbolism all around us. So I hope you get a chance to go check those out. Yeah, I hope nobody else out there is thinking I don't do that anymore. That's all I do. I do these shows, and I do videos still, all the time. Thanks, Tammy. Also, you can check out my website, whoiskjozborne.com. You'll find everything there as well. Yeah, the fires in Canada, all that. Well, there's more fires now in, I believe it's Western Canada also. So, I mean, everything's burning. Everything's burning. But it makes sense. It's also symbolic for what's happening. Things are going crazy. Here, let me go through a different background up there. Things are really going crazy. Things are burning. The devil's here. About to be on center stage, whether you think it's Obama or somebody else. He's coming. Whatever form you think it's going to be. That's it, So it's beginning to look a lot like hell on earth. And we ain't even seen nothing yet. That's why, please, if you don't have Jesus, don't even think it's a joke, Seriously. Like, it's time. It is time. Lisette, yeah, I know. There's tons of fallen angel symbolism in K-pop. I did a video not long ago. Again, I can't remember. I do so many, I forget the names and all the specifics. But I did a whole segment in there with BTS, and they had that video where they're in front of the painting of Lucifer, and they're also in front of a big statue of Lucifer, and they give him a kiss on the lips and all that. And so, yeah, definitely. See, I don't title my videos like, and this, some people don't, but I don't put everything that's going to be in there in the title of the video. Those are, the title's just kind of a overall catch-all kind of vibe, kind of an idea of what you're going to get. But hopefully when you get in there, when you unwrap it, and when you guys new people come in, they're like, whoa, there's a lot going on in here. That's what I like, Whoa, what's this? And then that's what I like, It's fun making these videos. Oh, thanks, Lisa Webb says, fires in Oahu. Okay, and that's it. Fires in Oahu. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, for those of y'all who don't know, I have a KJ's What Happened tomorrow. Actually, I'm going to go and put that link in here for you. I'm doing a KJ's What Happened tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard. Whatever that is for you. But I'm going to put a link over here in the chat for you. So if you'd like, you can come. Plus, this will get you to my channel. You can find my channel this way. And you find all the videos, man. If you guys are just seeing me now, maybe it's been a long time, you're like, whoa, whatever happened to KJ? Man, follow this link. Click on the name in KJ Osborne. Go and feast your eyes on lots and lots of content. And I really want you to see it. I really want you to see these videos, man. Every one I do, I just care a lot about them, man. And I hope you get a chance to see them. I don't want you missing my videos. I know I'm really plugging over here, but seriously, you got to be a fan of your own stuff, right? So, okay. Still scrolling on through here. Yeah, everything's on fire. Hey, Greg Olson. Man, I don't know. I need to do that sometime, don't I? I should get a hold of the boys and figure something out. I'll pray about that, and figure it out sometime. I'd mentioned earlier, it's like I'm definitely guilty of just spending all my time putting together shows and then working on videos and just keeping my head kind of in all that. And, I used to be way more, about reaching out. And this is years ago. All of us used to do a lot of those kinds of shows. And there was a time for that, There was a really good time. And really, it's always a good time to get these guys together, these good heads together, like Nicholson and Into the Stars. And even all the rest, man. Unplug 'em, Days of Noah, Jacob. So yeah, we'll see. I have to pray about it. I always I don't know, man. I've just been in like a really secluded, kind of mindset with everything. And I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes it's a miracle that I even am able to produce, but I know I do because I'm also obsessed with everything I do, but it's just the thinking, you get in these thought loops and praying mixed in with that, and just thinking about wild stuff, because sometimes a lot of the times I'm thinking about what's coming after all this, like, because we know the end of the game's coming pretty quick. It'll be a few years, but it's death. We have massive angels are about to pour out vials of just destruction. Okay, so a lot of people are going to go. But what comes after? So I've been just kind of imagining all these awesome scenarios in heaven. Just, what's it going to be like to see things you never even knew existed, and colors you didn't know existed, and a smell like you never knew existed, and taste, food. It's just all these new experiences, just amazing stuff, and all the cool adventures. In this world here, they give us these, DC movies and Marvel movies and Avengers, and these are the gods, But when we're back home, that's going to be us, times 100 million. I'm not saying we're going to be in spaceships necessarily, but maybe we can if we want. I don't know how that all works, but yeah, I just think it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to just have really, always have something interesting to do and look into. And I don't know. I'm rambling. This is what I do. I'll just sit around doing this, just thinking. Ardent Val says, why does it say Kim Osbell? He shares a lot of my videos. He's one of those channels that mirrors other people's stuff, and he shares a lot of mine. So that's on BitChute, if that's what you're wondering, I think. You can go to BitChute, and I'm KJOZBORNE over there also. Yeah, Lizette S says 2011 to 2016 was the golden age for YouTube truther videos. I miss those channels. Yep, that's right. And then I'd say 2014 through 2016 were the YouTube truther wars. It was terrible. So you had a lot of channels going after each other all the time, man. You had people flagging each other's videos, getting stuff removed. People just making videos about, each other constantly and all that. It was nasty. Definitely a lot of weird psyops were going on in YouTube. Then they were getting censor happy back then. That's when they were really instituting a lot of the new censorship. Every year it would get worse. Around spring, it seems. Every year around springtime it'd get worse. But yeah, crazy ride on YouTube. Haven't been here on the usual for so long. It's just because, there used to be so much joy. I found joy through in other ways now, still making my videos. It's still there. But way back, there was so much joy, in being able to make your videos on YouTube and uploading them after you'd built up an audience for several years and just releasing it and knowing that a lot of people were going to see it. That was really exciting. Now, I had to get over that. We all had to. Because there was that time on this channel I could release a video and, man, within 3 days, 400,000 views, 500,000. Some of them would get up to 1 million or over, eventually. But that's the way it ran for a while. But, Again, I'm not complaining, man. Things change, and the Lord's brought me through everything. Thank the good Lord for all of you who supported my work through the years and support it now. Thank you so much, because of course I'm not monetized on YouTube or any of these places, and I'm just totally supported by the people now. That's it. So thank you so much. And if you'd like to support me, check the links below. Subscribestar, I'm around 85%. So if you want to jump in, that'd be great. Please check it out. I could use the support. Totally supported by the people. That matters, man. And so the Lord always makes sure that I got what I need and I make it. And just thank you for those who support and have supported. I really appreciate it. I'm rambling, I know. Again, tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central Standard, KJ's What Happened. Did I already put a link in here? I did earlier. I think Tamara did too. And then I'll do that again. There you go. KJ's What Happened tomorrow, live. Please be there. We have great crowds there, man. Great live crowds, even for Rumble, like up to 2,000 a lot of the time, sometimes. And they get great views after. So y'all come hang out and check it out. It's a lot of fun to have all y'all together there. Cool, Jay. Thanks, man. I appreciate you talking to your Finnish friends about me, man. Thank you. Still scrolling. Sorry if I miss anybody. Sometimes the chat jumps on me. Oh, that's cool. Oh, funny, Gina. You resisted because of the scary movie thing. Yeah, I know. Well, that was... that's the way, and I still do the things the way I do, but even with just the way I choose to use music and things like that in videos, because I never wanted to become like where I'm just preaching to the choir, because I'm not a preacher or a pastor. I've always been a video creator. I went to film school. I wanted to make movies in Hollywood, horror and sci-fi. The Lord gave me a cool new path, so I get to do horror and sci-fi, but it's real life stuff, and I get to make videos about it. So in doing so, I always looked at it like I'm talking to people in the world. It's not already people who have Jesus. Those weren't the ones I was worried about. It's people who are already in the world, and I could be a good seed planter, and the scariest movie ever is catchy, and of course, and I knew it was even back then when I made it. And, here it is. It's still surviving by the grace of God, seriously. This channel's been against the ropes in the past, a few times, but leaving it is what saved it, really. Leaving it is what saved it, ultimately. And I want to leave it up because I want people to find my videos, and hopefully it helps them, it enlightens them, and helps them. So, yeah, scariest movie ever, and that's the way I do it. And that's why I make the videos the way I do, and I show the things I show, and they could be kind of shocking and whatever, sometimes a little over the top or whatever, but I don't want to hide anything. I it's like, show them how bad it is. Show them how bad it's getting. And that's okay. And that's been a message I've had for years. And even though I now feel like I'm the bad news bear sometimes, but I don't, because I know it's for a good cause, and it has been ever since I started, is like, make them aware of this, let them see, as bad as as you can find it, as crazy as it gets. But that's, been my kind of inner dialogue with it for a long time. But I'm glad, Gina, you finally moved past the scariest movie thing, and you've been wonderful. Thank you for being such a good friend on here. The 80s were more fun. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, the 80s were more fun. Yeah, Robbie. Yeah, thanks. It is one of the last ones, man. Yep. Again, it's because I don't use it, but we can do things like this every now and then, which is cool, and get away with it, And my new video, I may be able to try to put it up here too. I'll probably try. We'll see. I try not to push it too much, because you don't want to start drawing attention to yourself again on here. The ultimate goal is to keep this channel alive as long as possible for the information for people, But yeah, thanks. Front 242. Yes, in Frontline Assembly. I remember them. I think I was into Fugazi back in those days. The band Fugazi. Brooking, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. J-Ma, I think I already said hi to you, didn't I? There's another one. WCM, all those letters, and Fab. Good to see you. You're another old school friend around here. Let's see. Still scrolling around. Just trying to think if there's any other. Yeah, LED Studios. Yep, there's a good channel too. I like them. Yeah, I guess I could talk a little bit about some of the truther stuff that happened. I mean, gosh, haven't thought about it in a long time. Like, also, 2015 is when they launched. People get mad when I talk about this subject, but I'm telling you this. I don't mean any disrespect to flat earth people or anything like that. We're not even going there with that. You know, it's like, because I'm open to anything. I mean, I can see where it could be, sure. I just never felt led to really get into it or focus on it. It was just never my thing. There's plenty of people, you know, out there that do that. But around 2015 is when that really came into YouTube, man, hardcore. Jeff C. was still with us. He and I noticed the same thing. He used to talk about it all the time. It's like, why is it every video I put out there, I may say you'll get 30 comments. Why is it that 10 of the 30 are about flat earth? And I've never even talked about this before. And we have those conversations all the time. But that's when it really, there was an obvious push of it. I showed you guys how you could go on Google Trends. On Google Trends, you could type in subjects and then look at the dates and how popular they were. And you can look up flat earth. Excuse me. You can look up flat earth around October in 2015, I believe it is, and that's where you see it shoot up all the way to the top as suddenly, out of nowhere, it's flat earth, and then it just starts, and then boom, it was pushed in. So for a really long time, and also how vicious some of these flat earth people would get with you. Like, they would gang stalk you, they would thumbs down your videos, and it seemed like a really large collective, and they really stuck together. So the whole thing just sniffed of psyop to me from the get-go. And that sucks, because sometimes I see things that I think are really interesting, you know, concerning a possible flattish type earth or something, you know. But I've never felt led, like I said, to really get into it or look much into it. But that became a real big thing around 2015. So that was in there around the Truther Wars. That was a big part of the Truther Wars. And you had all these channels going after each other. And he said I had some come after me. I don't even remember some of them. I just remember, some, but I just vaguely remember others. But, you know, they come and go, you know, and what can I say, man? I'm just glad I'm still around. I was able to make it from the grace of the good Lord, and still here after all this time. So it's good to be here. Thank you. And I'm glad you guys are here. Wow, we still have over 700 people hanging out for just catching up with KJ. How wonderful is that? Thank you. All right, I'm still scrolling down here a little bit. Yeah, John McCrae, yes, both great guys. Days of Noah and Unplug 'em. Indeed, my friend. Gen X, the last frontier of old soul think, spreading the truth and Mandela immune. I love it. Mark Bolton, he says that. Thanks, Jay in AVL. Yeah, yep, Psalm Courier. Yep, X marks the spot. Y'all go to that Rumble channel of mine and watch my last video. I just uploaded about a week ago, maybe just over a week ago. X marks the final beast system. Please see that video. Here, gosh darn it, I'll do it for you. Castman22, nice. Watching live right now. I saw you over here on my Rumble. Nice to see you, man. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to share this link to this video so these guys can see it. Okay, now in the chat, I'm going to put a link to my latest video, X marks the final beast system. Please check it out and know that I'm still actively making videos. That's why I still need support from time to time for the videos and shows. Brand new video coming up in the next few days. Hang tight. Can't wait to share it with you. Hey, what's up, Sama B? She says, love you, brother KJ. You too, my friend. She says, my parents are slowly waking up, and my mom is super receptive to when I tell her things that go on behind the scenes. Praying for your parents as well. Thank you. That's great to hear. You know, whatever it takes to wake them up. You know what I mean? Even on my side, I've never felt like people have to see my videos to understand. You know, it's like, no, like my things cater to certain kinds of people that need these kind of things to snap out of it. A lot of times they're horror and sci-fi geeks, kind of like myself. or they like kind of indie hipster type music, much like myself, whatever it is. But I throw out all the lures I can myself and try to fish for people, with these, and try to get them out there. But good, I'm glad you found a method, and I'm glad your mom's waking up. Whatever it takes, right? As long as at the end we finally get them to Jesus, that's number one for everybody. Make sure you have Jesus in these days, please. The deception's nuts. The madness is out there. I see it. Even this last video, you'll see some clips I threw in there, but it's spreading. The Bible told us there would be days like these, and they're here. Wickedness is spreading, lawlessness. Look at all the thefts going on, how brazen people are getting, how many of the politicians are allowing it to happen. They're pushing for it. It's because they know they're part of that satanic hive mind, and they know it's coming. They have to destroy everything. They must destroy America. It's been part of the plan since the beginning, and now we're watching them do it. It's the Freemasons. Even the LMNOP flag, if you know what I mean. Even the new one, fully adjusted, modernized, with including the TRANZ, is a Freemason apron. It's a Freemason apron. I showed you all that in a video a little while back too. Everything's coming out. We have the eyes to see, and it's all coming out. Kristen says, are we going to see what you look like before the rapture so we can recognize you in heaven? Well, I can tell you can actually see me now. Not right now, but like within a couple minutes. Please understand, I didn't do this as a ruse to get you to my Subscribestar, but I did put a couple videos on my Subscribestar for my subscribers where I'm on camera. So if you really want to see what I look like, folks, I did it. I'm on camera. I don't know. I even was praying about that recently. Like, I feel like I might do a video called "This is What's About to Happen," and it'll just be kind of, what I'm seeing. Okay, but I show you that anyway in my videos in other ways. But I thought maybe I'll do one on camera, and just because I always said, I'd go on camera when the Antichrist appeared, but that was a joke to me because I didn't think we would be here. Remember, the world's going to love Obama. And they do. The world loves him. We don't. We don't. We see through him. Again, we don't have to agree on that. We can agree to disagree. As believers in Christ, followers in Christ, we're not supposed to quarrel with each other. Did you know that? We're not supposed to be fighting with each other over any of this. Pre-trib, post-trib, or flat earth, or, Mandela effect. It's like, don't fight over any of these things. Don't become divided. We're not all going to be robots. Just we love each other in Christ, and that's the main thing that matters. Brothers and sisters in Christ. Don't be quarrelsome. Don't fight with each other and be negative and nasty with each other and accusatory. I'm not saying everyone is, but some people are. That's definitely a problem in the modern church, if you will. So there. I'll stop. I'm done. Oh, no way. Lovely T.I. That's great, man. She's awesome. I'm glad she told you, Goth Boy. Thanks. I'm still scrolling down here. Yeah, I'm Gen X. Definitely Gen X. And I'm so glad now. I mean, we had to sneak out, and I got caught sneaking out, but we had to sneak out to see our girlfriends or whatever. And I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's hard for me to, I'm also not a very sentimental person. I think it's just because I've been so focused on the end for so long that it's like, I'm ready for the next phase, but in that sense. But it was a really cool. I mean, the 80s and 90s to me were awesome. And I was talking to my folks, they're in their 80s. They're still with us, thank God, and they're doing good, but they're kind of talking about their health issues. And I was like, man, you know what? Even considering the times we're in right now, what's close to going down, we got to live in some of the best decades. We really did. We got, to have some of the best decades that the beast system had to offer, as far as money coming in for people and entertainment and things like that. Man, it's like some of the best decades. But it's good. We had a good time. Those days are over, and now it's it's time to lift our eyes up, be thinking about going back home. All right, I'm scrolling on down. Thanks, Organic Me One. I hope so. Okay, I'm going to Sorry, I fall behind sometimes. I'm trying to take my time so I don't miss anything. Yeah, good point, Sheldon Bosch, if I said your name right. Don't forget you were given authority to trample serpents under your foot. No need to put up with their nonsense. Great stuff. Yep. Fighting Soul says, your thoughts on the catching up of the body of Christ in 2033, military prediction by 2025, many will die, 2/3 of population, real or only to scare us. I believe the Bible, man. It's already written, and we're in Matthew territory right now, and birthing pains, and tribulation's about to pop off, and in that time, the angels are going to pour out the vials, and there's, more than that. But yeah, they're eventually, everything's going to die on this earth. Eventually, Jesus is coming back with that sword, the second coming, and it's going to be lights out for this version of earth. Fire. He's bringing fire. He's not bringing hugs. But that's the way I see it. I go from the Bible on that, and then I understand also we're not really sure of the timing, right? As far as like the thief in the night and all this. But yeah, that's kind of what I see. And then maybe it'll be a 2033. I'm not sure. No, I don't know, Fighting Soul. I don't think I see it, but thanks for asking, though. Spoons 2020. Aw, I love you too, my friend. We have a lot in common. All my relatives live in Oklahoma. I went to film school and worked in New York. No way. I worked on cruise ships. Where was that? There it is. I worked on cruise ships like you worked in the Coast Guard. We like the same music. That's awesome, Spoons. Nice. See, again, I don't know you, but I really hope you have Jesus. I mean it, because I get excited meeting new people here. Not that I don't have a lot of hope for, meeting a lot of people, doing a lot of things in this world now. I pray about it. I'll stay open to it, and we'll see, But again, I don't know. And things are moving pretty quick, guys. Like it's moving quick, okay? But I want to see you in heaven, man. I want to be your friend there. I want us to hang out. So please, all of you listening, please accept Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior. Please. I hope you do it quickly, soon. But nice to meet you, Spoons. Thanks for telling me, man. Hi, I wonder why. And none your business. Another friend. Good to see you. Cymatics. Everything is sound. Yeah. Jay Mallet, think about it. What if this is a situation to prove whether we did things to deserve the kingdom? In a way, we are tested by our choices. I don't know. See, again, we can agree to disagree. I don't believe, and also that's what's the blessed hope, Comfort each other with these things. I don't see Jesus, putting his bride into the hands of the Antichrist, because that's what it's going to be for 7 years. And yeah, I just don't see it. I've looked at all the arguments against it and all this, but Jay, I never even used to talk about it or think about it. I mean, for years, until it started becoming clear to me that oh boy, here it is. Like, it's that time now, especially after they locked down the planet, like all together. It's like, okay, here we go. All this stuff that we had hints of for years, like, hey, this is coming. It's like, it's here now. And now it's all unfolding. So that's how it's all changed for me. I pray a lot about it. I've asked about it. I've been led to talk more about it over the last few years. But again, I'm not a preacher or pastor. I'm not the best at, explaining all these things to people. There's people out there much better at it than I am. And they can. And I've seen all the arguments on both sides, even the Darby thing. I get so tired of the Darby argument, and I debunked that on my last KJ's What Happened. So, that's how I see it, man. And why do you think they're putting the UFO stuff out there? You think it's just one more thing God's going to sit back and let all the Christians deal with when all hell's breaking out on breaking out on earth, and the Mahdi rises, Obama, and we're invaded, and there's your beheadings. That's that connection to that. I mean, it's just going to be hell on earth, man. Rapings, beatings, mutilations. So all these years you followed Jesus, really, tried to do the right thing. Not that works matter that much, but you loved him. And now we're at that time, and you think he's like, well, this was. See, some people say it's reserved for the Jews and the lukewarm. All right, but you think after all that, he's just, well, you're in it together. Good luck, guys. Figure it out. because there's not a lot of direction in the Bible either for the church during those days. People could show you the scriptures where the church isn't even mentioned in spots. But again, this is such a divisive topic. I am compelled to mention it, but I don't like getting deep into it because some people can get very hateful and nasty, and it's a bummer. I have to block these people when they start fighting, or they'll keep copy and pasting the same argument against it. They used to do that with Darby. Don't you know who Darby is? You've been fooled by a Freemason. I mean, look, I look into things. This is what I do. I'm an observer. I watch and I report. So I'm not trying to get into fights with it. I don't want to divide the body. Just agree to disagree. Look at it. It's supposed to be a beautiful thing, okay? But you know what? The other side of it is, and I've mentioned before, I always tell people at least have a couple months of preps. But if you really think Jesus wants us going blood, bombs, and blades through this tribulation, I'm ready for that too. I've got what I need for that too. I don't think that's what it's going to be, but a lot of people seem to think it's going to be Mad Max for us, that we're going to be out there fighting and fighting for freedom, man. Trump's coming back. He's going to clean house, y'all. I'm not saying you're saying that, but I still see a lot of people just stuck in that delusion. It's hard for them to break free and not realize your whole world's falling apart around you. They're attacking you now. They just vaporized people in Maui. They're attacking you now. They're killing your food supply. They're destroying the train tracks because they're going to eventually corral you into 15-minute cities. They're releasing toxins on you and blaming fires. Oh, yeah, and they're starting fires. Hi, hello, demons are real, Satan is real, and he's about to take over this joint, and they're attacking people now. They're killing you. They're getting everything ready. Because during the tribulation, it's God's wrath. Why does the Bible tell me that we're not appointed to wrath? Does that mean he's just... Maybe some people think it means he's going to have a protected cloak over you or whatever maybe. I don't know, but I don't see it that way. We can agree to disagree, We'll see. It's coming soon. That's the big part. Like no matter who's right, I can tell you everything I feel, everything I see as I watch, that the triggering event's coming soon. How could it not? How long do you think that... this is Lot. This is Sodom and Gomorrah. This is beyond. Look at how really vile and disgusting this stuff's getting. Collectively, put it all together. This is why I like to do my KJs of what happened. So I collectively put it all together, throw it out at once. And it's like, whoa, this is what's happening? This happened in a week? Yeah, that's 1 week in 2023. This ain't our home. And if people are holding on to it, let go. Let go. This place is going to burn. It's time to lift your eyes up. Heaven or hell. It's the only choice. You should try to make it now while the restrainer is still here. Because the restrainer is going to leave. I believe that means the bride goes. And that's why the Bible even tells us there'll be tons of Christians, people down here saying, but Lord, Lord, didn't we not? Why didn't we get to go? This is what I see. I'm not the only one. Many other people see it as well. I never started off with seeing it or talking about it for years, but I've prayed about it, and this is what I believe now. This is what I believe I put out there, But anyway, I've been rambling about it for quite a while. And like I said, just look, and when I see people who disagree, I don't ever have a feeling like, no, man, you're lying. I see that all the time, don't. Just let it go. Just agree to disagree. Pray for me. Say, Lord, please clear KJ's mind up because he's a fool in this and he doesn't understand. And give him clarity. I mean it. Like, do something like that. Maybe not call me a fool, but give him clarity, This world is a prison planet. Can't wait to go home. Yes, Rachel Rosendo, I agree, my friend. Yes. Jesus and nothing else. That's it. All right, y'all. I don't even know how long we've been on, but I guess, let me see. Yeah, it's about 9, my side. Oh, okay, that hadn't been long. So we've probably only gone hour and a half. Yeah, about an hour and a half. All right, cool. You know what? I guess Here, I'm going to take my time. We're going to keep scrolling here. Just give me a second. Someone see, still scrolling through here. Starbuck, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Thanks, Diane. Chuck Missler. Yeah, I like Chuck Missler. Oh, but KJ, Chuck once did I'm just kidding. I see that just because I've been in this for so long. I see it. There we go. Good vibe there. Keep steady. Thanks. I agree. Yep. The big point of the matter is don't worry about it. Just, you shouldn't worry about it. Just make sure you have Jesus. That's it. And make sure you get Christ, first. Then you can focus on your walk, really, but then you start getting into all these other, I just want you to have Jesus. That's it. And have him in your heart. Realize you need him. That's what all this is about. It's right in front of our eyes all the time. And so few people can see. But see, it's that kind of thing. It confounds the wise. Like the Democrats putting the Baphomet, a symbol of the devil, in their logo. A symbol for that. Just enough. But they told you. And haven't they been acting devilish? I mean, it was always there. But in these days, everything's coming to the surface. All truth is coming out. Everything's being brought to light. The devil's running the show. There's no purgatory. This is it. This is your purgatory. When you die from here, you go to heaven or hell. There's no waiting area. There's no middle room where you can work things out. No. Please, Jesus or hell. That's it. All right, that's my pitch. I'm going to move on. Let's see. Mandroid says Mark Dice is on the Trump train. Yeah, me too, K24, DC5. I can't wait to meet you there too, my friend. Yeah, I know that's... yeah, he does. Mark Dice does focus a lot on more the political stuff. Many years ago, when he started off, like 2012-ish, 11, at least when I found out about him, he was always doing conspiracy stuff and Illuminati and things like that and false flags and, And then he really changed his game, definitely, when they started censoring. He changed it all up and he switched everything over to more political content. So that's what he did. And if that's what he needed to do to stay alive, then whatever, man. It's okay. I can't blame the man. But he shouldn't be on the Trump train. Personally, I would say you shouldn't be on the Trump train. That's people still holding on to this world and thinking that we're still going to work it out, guys. I think we still have our victories. There can still be revivals and things like that. But, yeah, man, the Trump thing, it's hook in the mouth. Whoop! They got you. They got you. How's that going to work? Especially if Obama is running things. Even the press secretaries, both of them, would always fumble their words. It's been a pleasure working for Obama. President Biden. Joe Biden sends a tweet out. We are laser focused on looking into this issue in Maui or whatever. Laser focused. We're dealing with the devil and he's a dickhead. I'm telling you. Gaslights. He had his 60th birthday and it was like all about chipping in. Hey, chip in. Get it? Again, these are things I see, and it's okay if you don't. Don't be mad at me. But so I'm not trying to tell you what to believe. All I want you to have is Jesus. That's it. Forget about the rest. We can have our disagreements about whatever, but please, please, please accept Jesus. Still scrolling down, just kind of checking it out. Thank you very much once again, y'all, for hanging out. Look at us. We have a wonderful crowd. Oh, look, 111 minutes just as I look down. Not even kidding. Thank you, Father. There we go. Computer turned off by itself, okay? Mid-show. No kidding. I would tell you if I did something wrong. I figured I did something wrong, even though I hadn't moved. I thought maybe earlier I maybe tripped over a cable and the battery had run out or something, but no. Computer just shut down by itself completely. So thank you for still hanging out, still being here. We have a great crowd for us just to be sitting around chewing the fat. It's really nice. It's good to have you all here. So I'm still scrolling down, just kind of seeing what you're saying, what you got to talk about. This world is a prison. Yeah, that's right. That was from earlier. Yeah, 111. I love it. That's one that, that's one that I've really been led by for a long time, ever since 2012. I got a video here on this channel. It's called I See 111 Everywhere. What does it mean? I think I uploaded that like 2011, 2012. And I've had some crazy 111 experiences. It's just been over a decade now. But what's cool is, and the way I've felt it was like him leading me as I've been making videos and stuff. And, like I felt I was doing it for him. Like I was doing good. Like I felt we were on a team together. And he shows me them all the time still. Even like right at the right time sometimes for things. I may be feeling blue about something and then I'll turn and there it is. Just stuff like that. And I love it. It's beautiful. And we all have, our ways of him communicating with us. And those are just some of the ways, we're dealing with a supernatural God. And like I told you, man, some of the guilt I have after just reading my Bible more is just like, how long I didn't. It really does help you. It does help you navigate things, man. It makes you feel more full. I'm telling you, it's good. It's good to fill yourself with the Word. And I'm doing it. Like I said, I'm doing it every day, and I'm enjoying it, man. I mean, it's cool to read about all these people because we're going to get to hang out with these people. So why not learn about them now? And you have things to talk about. You don't want to bump into Paul, having never read the Bible, and been like, oh, hi, who are you again? Be nice to have a conversation. It's like, oh, whoa, it's Paul? What? Hi, Michael Neba. What do you think heaven looks like, and what will we do? Just your thoughts. Man, I have watched so many of these dreams and visions, and so many of them are different and beautiful and amazing. And I think that's what heaven is. I think there's even times where people feel like there's things curated just for them, and we know that Jesus is making mansions, so I think it's just going to be beyond our imagination. It'll be something you've never seen, but it'll be a little bit personal. I think the Lord will even throw in personal touches into things like our mansions and things. Like there'll be things there that you wouldn't expect. Whoa, you remembered. It's like, of course, I watched your whole life, I think it's just going to be beautiful, man. And like I said, a little personal like that, and then beyond our imaginations. And remember that we're living at a time where the Bible is about to end. It's like the end of the book. So, and we're going to live for eternity. So are there going to be a bunch of other Bible type books written? Are there a bunch of new realities coming that just we can't even imagine right now that we get to play a role in? That's what I think. And then of course worship, that's going to be the main thing, which is going to be amazing. Being back home, free from this flesh body. No more of the desires, and just the issues they bring and the problems and everything. Being in the flesh, everything that the flesh brings will be free from. And then it's just, you're with the creator of everything. So there's no stopping what can happen. This is the creator that created everything, all right? Like we're just in a little fishbowl down here, basically, it feels like. If you will. Some people may say a tabletop. That's fine. But this is just, the Bible's about to end, man. Like a few years, the Bible's done. So what are all the new, are there going to be new Bible-type books written? I don't know. But I love thinking about those kinds of things. And just to be with him, man. Just to hold him, Be with him. Ah, dude. He died for you. He died for me. He died for our sins, man. One of the worst punishments ever he suffered. The Lord came here in the flesh, led a perfect life, and brutally spit upon, laughed at, made fun of, beaten, killed, crucified for us. Makes me feel like a piece of crap. That's why when you understand it, honestly, when you really understand what he did for us, man, it's like, oh, Jesus, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. And please. But yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. Yep, our rags are filthy our works are filthy rags, that's for sure. Cool, Mandroid. Just be done with this system. And it's getting more evil, so you don't want to be here. This isn't your home, okay? It's getting worse. It's okay. It's okay to want to leave. It's okay to want to go to heaven. Want to go back home. Don't want to rush there, okay? Like, you know what I mean? Don't want to take your life or anything, but just let the Lord, let it all play out the way it's supposed to. We're watching it play out, All right, y'all. I've got a big show to do tomorrow, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a night now on this for now. But it's been nice, man, catching up with KJ. Gosh, I'll have to look up when the last times I did one. But this will be a cool thing. Maybe we can just kind of, again, pepper in here and there, Also got to figure out getting that other show done for you guys. I may just wait till next Friday. I don't know. Because, see, I've got a new video I'm trying to finish and get out to y'all, too. So I don't know, man, if I'll be ready to do that on Sunday. But I'll get the chat show back. We'll figure it out. Sorry I screwed up on that. My mistake. Discord still live, always live, 24/7. Great. I think Tamara's over there quite a bit. A lot of people are over there. Go check it out if you want to keep chatting or talking. But we'll have to do this again, guys. I mean, God bless y'all, man. It's great seeing y'all, seeing so many old school friends here too. Yeah, it's great seeing everybody. Someone said church chat. Yeah, church chat. But anyway, man, I love you guys, man. Hang in there. These are crazy times, and, but just have Jesus, man. Make sure you've got Jesus. You'll be all right. Then you can sit back and enjoy the show, enjoy the madness. It's crazy. We're going to see monsters and all kinds of weird stuff. So hang in there, okay? More aliens, fake aliens, demons that look like aliens. Gosh, what a crazy psycho circus this is. It's going to be fantastic. Anyway, you guys take care of yourselves. Please, tomorrow, come check out KJ's What Happened on Rumble. I left a link there earlier, but check us out tomorrow on Rumble, my KJ Osborne channel over there, 2 p.m. Central Standard. I hope you can make it. Okay, we have great people over there and a lot of stuff to share every week. So come check it out. Tamara, thanks as always, my friend, for hanging out here with me, helping out as always. Good seeing everybody, y'all. You've been great. Sorry if I missed any questions or anything like that. But I'll do this again soon, man. Maybe next week. We'll see. I'll figure out the chat. I'm rambling now, but anyway, I'll let y'all go. Y'all have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow on Rumble for KJ's What Happened. Take care. Thanks.